This is the sound of one voice, one spirit, one voice, the sound of one who makes our choice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of voices too, the sound of me singing with you, helping each other to make it through. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices three, singing together in harmony, surrendering to the mystery. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of all of us, sing with love and the will to trust. Leave the rest behind, it'll turn to dust. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of one voice, one people, one voice, a song for every one of us. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice.
Nope, I did not turn off my phone, and apparently I have a phone call. Do you mind if I take it? It's an old friend. I haven't seen him in a long time. I'm gonna take it. You just wait for a second. Yeah, I'm doing church. Yeah, that's all right. They said they'd wait. A funny story? Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. That's really good. Yeah. Yeah, and then yeah, that's good. You don't say. That's That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's good. Thanks for calling. I appreciate it. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Thanks, you all. Why are you laughing? Was this on? Could you hear it through that? Did you hear the story? You didn't hear the story. Wasn't that funny? But you were laughing anyway. How about that? You know, they say laughter is contagious. It actually is contagious. They did a study, Sophia Scott, a neurobiologist in London, they studied laughter, and when you see and hear laughter, your brain starts doing this thing where your face muscles begin to prepare your own face to begin laughing too. Even if you don't know what's going on, when you hear that kind of sound of laughter, how cool is that? Laughter is contagious. It spreads, even if we don't know what the joke is. And it was a good story, by the way. And it's not just laughter, right? But other things can spread too. I was in the parking lot outside Gear Fix the other day, and I was parking, and this guy pulled up to me, and you know that thing when people are really nasty to you in a parking lot? And I was just trying to get to the spot, and he was really mean to me, and he like gave me this thing with his face, and immediately I got defensive, and I got angry, and it threw me out of my mood. And he drove on, and I felt my entire being shift because this dude had done this to me, and I didn't think I had done anything wrong. And so I pulled in, and I recognized that I was like shaking. I was kind of mad. Just by that, this guy's face did that to me. And as I was getting out of my car, this other car pulled by, and this woman smiled at me, the most pleasant smile. And immediately, I just went, oh, isn't that nice? And I smiled back really big. And that bad mood lifted just like that. So in the course of like 2 minutes, I felt that energy come in and bring me down and make me angry. And then I felt myself be lifted right back up with no words, just how we were experiencing each other. Things spread. That's what they do. We affect one another. We know that. We know it all too well after these last 2 years, not just with a virus, but how our being with each other affects us and how our not being with each other can affect us. This is how things move around in and through us all the time in our lives. We bump up against each other with our energies. It's all over our human culture. Our energy spreads, our information spreads, misinformation spreads, ideas spread, consumerist ideas spread, products spread, feelings spread, emotions spread, words spread, everything just all around. And then we are there sitting in the pool, swimming in it. All of this. And so I'm so glad that joy and goodness can spread, and that laughter is contagious, because our world needs a little bit of joy and a little bit of laughter right now. The poet Toy Terracotte, the revolutionist black feminist, wrote one line in a poem once that said, "Joy is an act of resistance." So much to resist right now, as violence and war are spreading, literally spreading across the country of Ukraine and other places in the globe. We know that all of our attention is there right now, but we know that there is still strife all over this planet. And then here locally, as we struggle to figure out what we will do with homelessness in Bend and in Central Oregon, and the continued environmental ruin, callousness in our country's democracy, there's a lot being spread around right now. And some we might shut down then, because it can begin to feel like all too much. And we want to fix it. But we know we can't fix it because it's too big for us. And then I remember that we're not charged to fix it all, and that's okay. I'm reminded of this poem by Samantha Reynolds, Our Morning Ritual. She writes, "If you are on our route in the mornings, maybe you've seen us. The little gray car, back windows down, and two kids shouting compliments to strangers as we drive by. I love your hat. Your dog is so cute. You're amazing." I can't remember how it started, this rambunctious little ritual on the way to school, that they do even when it's raining and their faces get soaked. But I know why they continue. It happens the same way each time. The compliment, suspiciously loud, clangs against the stranger's guarded face at first. And then, as the random sounds line up in her mind, the words take shape and are suddenly placed into a compartment that clearly hasn't been used in a while. Her face lights up, and she overcompensates, as if wanting to apologize for doubting them. So she waves and smiles, and my kids wave and smile back, and it is this that makes them keep doing it. The thrilling realization that even the smallest and least powerful among us has an astonishing ability to make someone's day. We are interconnected. This is part of the foundation of our shared theology. No matter what our diverse beliefs, we understand that we are connected as humans, as part of this planet, causing and being affected, direct and indirect. We know then that the little that we do, the big that we do, it all matters. Those tiny acts that we think might not add up, they matter. They can change someone's day. Most often, you'll never see the results of your kindness or your good acts or your generosity. But you can have faith. We hope that you can renew that faith this morning, that it matters. It does matter. And we know it's good to come together as well, to create on a larger scale with our combined efforts to make a bigger difference, even if we might not see and witness those results. I remember in the early months of the pandemic, a book came out called The Rules of Contagion: Why Things Spread and Why They Stop, by Adam Kucharski. I thought to myself, how did this guy write this book so fast? But he had already started writing it, and its release just happened to coincide with this pandemic. He says, in my field, we're always thinking about the next pandemic. He's an epidemiologist and a mathematician, and he uses these to determine when outbreaks might happen and why some things might go viral. And so he transposes this to different ideas, like in our culture, why some ideas fail, why some succeed, and how we relate to each other. And he said there are two main things for humans that make things go viral, that make things spread, that make that difference. One is how much and how often it happens, like the amount of the genesis of the spread. And the second is what period of time it is over. And so if I am to be influenced by goodness and joy and justice and peace, these ideas, I come to a place like this where we do that, and we do it unapologetically. We do it together, and we do it every week and throughout the week. And on top of that, we do it over time. We could all stay home on Sunday mornings and read spirituality, read poems about love, but to do this work together creates something altogether new and something different. We share a larger love that we create together that transforms the world and us over time. This religious community is our refuge, our comfort, our challenge, our pleasure, and our creative outlet. It's a place where we can accomplish some things together. And so, as I said, today is Stewardship Sunday kickoff, so here's the stewardship part. Money is a part of that. Money is energy. It can be power. It's a resource to get things done. Whatever you gave this morning to our greater community collection, that will become water, needed water for a community. That's how it works. What we choose to spend our life energy on does matter. It makes a huge difference in who we are and what we cherish as good and true and beautiful. Generosity is simply good for our soul and good for the world around us. It can be difficult to believe that every small action or every dollar or gesture counts, but as John just said, he was counting pennies, and that was more water. In the final tally toward love, it affects our lives as well as the giving. We see beyond our own lives and recognize the value of caring about something and someone larger than ourselves. When I was 5, I remember being on a Greyhound bus with my family. And we were driving up to Chicago to see some old friends with my mom. And I was learning to tie my shoe. And this woman, I don't remember her face, I don't remember anything about it, other than this woman sitting next to me, teaching me on this long Greyhound bus ride how to tie my shoe. I would bet anything that woman does not remember teaching a 5-year-old to tie their shoe. But on that Greyhound bus from Kentucky to Chicago, I got it. I learned how to tie my shoe, a small act, a gentle gesture that I'm talking about near 40 years later, because it mattered. She cared. I felt her attention, and I learned to tie my shoe, a simple thing. But those little acts of kindness and love and generosity, they do matter. Trust that. Have faith in that what we do matters, individually and collectively. Whether it's kindness, teaching, helping, giving, fighting for justice, these things spread. That's how it works. That's how the world works. And with the more time and energy and over duration, the greater impact we have. And so we do this work together. And we do have faith, as that poet said, that even the smallest and the least powerful among us has an astonishing ability to make someone's day. May we do so. May we have faith in that and trust that what we do matters. May it be so. Amen.